Hey guys, it's me, Regan, and I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to be doing a missing persons case. Now, this one is about the Sarah and Jacob Hoggle. Now, this case made me worried and concerned about what happened, like what seriously happened. It just made me so mad that something like this happened. So now before I start this video, I'm going to say these are real people and their families. So don't be disrespectful and say something about that's not nice to say, or don't say that their kids are gone, or because no one really knows what happened to these kids. Still to this day doesn't know what happened that day. So after their older brother's game, they went to the park with their parents. Now Sarah was age 3 and Jacob was 2. On September 7, 2014, Turner, age 45, that's the dad, left his kids and their mom, Catherine Hoggle, at Catherine's mom's house. Okay? So they're at Catherine's mom's right now. And Maryland, before work around 2:30 p.m. They're at her mom's house. Okay? So Catherine Pryor struggles with a mental illness called it's pronounced schizoaffective disorder. It's basically like schizophrenia. And so when Turner left, the kids were watching TV and playing with wooden blocks. The last thing the dad said and did was hug and kiss them and say that he loves them and that he can't wait to get home and see them. That's the last time he saw them. And that was on September 7th, 2014. Their mother now is charged with murder by the court to a state. So technically, since she has this mental illness, they can't just send her to jail. They just sent her to a hospital. And she got an attorney, and the attorney legit says that as long as she stays in the hospital, she will not be charged with anything. But still, no one knows what happened to these kids. So Catherine left her mother's house in 2014 around 4 p.m. So that was a couple hours after the dad left for work. And she said that she was going to take Jacob out for pizza. Well, she came back, no Jacob, no pizza. Well, then she said that, she was dropping him off at a friend's house so they can have a sleepover. Okay, well, she took Sarah to the couple's older son and the couple's older son back home So they took Sarah's oldest brother home. Trey Turner was a timeshare senior salesman representative, and he returned at midnight. Well, he was too tired to do his nightly routine, which is go into the kids' room, check on them, kiss them at night, And he woke up the next morning to find out that Sarah and Jacob and his wife were gone. And when Catherine returned and she said that she dropped them off at a new daycare. Well, okay, didn't think anything of it. A new daycare. Well, he started to demand, where is my kids? Because it's been hours, and Catherine made him drive all around and lit him in this direction, every way. They've been driving for hours, and there's still no Sarah or Jacob. And she kept saying, well, I forgot where I dropped them off. How do you forget where you dropped your own kids off? I guess she has a mental issue, but if you have a mental disorder, you can still remember where your kids are. You just don't remember sometimes you'll just have a bad day and stuff will just float away, but okay, so Troy started driving to the police station because this is ridiculous. He can't find his kids, and she won't tell him where they're at, and so she asked if they could stop at a Chick-fil-A so she can get a drink. Now, I'm not a parent, but if your kids are missing or you can't find them, would you really stop to get a drink? Well, Catherine never came back out. She walked in the Chick-fil-A and walked out the other door, and she was missing for days. Well, a couple days later, they found her, took her into custody, and she faced charges as the battle unfolded over her mental She still remains in the hospital. Her next hearing is in 2018. Her attorney says as long as she sits in the hospital, she is innocent. He describes Sarah as... the dad describes Sarah as a tomboy princess who loves to wrestle with her brothers and her dad, but also loves sparkles and her pink bedroom. And they said that Jacob is the sweetest boy you would ever meet. When his older brother used to get put on a timeout, he would sit next to him just so his brother wouldn't be alone. Now they think that Catherine killed the kids. All she'll say is I dropped them off at Aaron's and that they are safe and that they will always be safe. Well, no one knows who this Aaron is, and they can't find anyone named Aaron that has her kids. Catherine went missing before, and she texted her mom and said, the kids are fine, don't worry. They found her walking the streets, and then they took her into custody. That's about all that I know. Now let's get into the theories. honestly, I feel like she either really dropped him off somewhere or they are dead somewhere. People think that she put them somewhere and told them that she'd be back and then like never came back. But the thing is we gotta remember that this happens every day and it sucks, especially if you know the person or even if you don't know the person. The families go through a lot of stuff and they beg for their kids back. This dad said he would give anything just to know where they are and if they still are alive or not. And her mom, Catherine's mom, says that she doesn't believe that she killed them or hurt them because that was not Catherine. But when you have a mental disease, you don't, sometimes like things are different, you know? Like you just wake up one morning and you're fine. And sometimes like you can forget like where you are, or you know, you just don't think right because your brain is not working right. And people blame her all the time. I'm biased right here. I don't know what to believe. I hope that she didn't do that to her kids, but you never know. Well, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I mean, not like enjoy this, but enjoy me telling their side of the story. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And I'll be making more of these videos because I feel like these people really need to get their stories out. So, bye.